Okay, let's talk about domain names. I want to specifically talk about two kinds of domain names. One is an EMD, that's called an exact match domain name. That is when you turn a keyword into a domain name. For example, Weeba House in Connecticut. My website is called weebahousinconnecticut.com, and a keyword is Weeba House in Connecticut. I just turn it into a domain name. So that is the EMD. The second kind of domain name is what we call a branded domain name. For example, Nike, Google, Toyota, Adidas. Those names don't mean anything. It's a name of the company. That is a brand. So there are advantages and disadvantages to each kind of domain name. The advantage of an EMD is that you can pretty much rank a lot faster in the beginning for domain names like these, because they're attractive to people, because they actually give value to people. Google actually frowns upon EMDs because Google says that if you name your company like Weeba House in Connecticut, you're pretty much trying to trick Google into thinking that when somebody types in Weeba House in Connecticut to find a service, that they are actually looking for your company. You're tricking Google into thinking that these people are actually trying to look for your specific company, because what they type in is the name of the company, which is not the case. They're typing in the keyword, and you just so happen to name your company that keyword. The reason why we do not care about that is because the only thing that we care about, the only thing that you should be caring about, is legitimately providing value to your traffic. We do not care about Google one bit. To hell with Google, always and forever. Never care about Google once. The only thing we care about is what our traffic wants. So, how does an EMD provide value to your traffic? Well, if anybody does a search for a service, for a company that offers to buy houses, and they type something in like, I need to sell my house in Connecticut fast. And imagine in the search results, they see two companies. One is called Weeba House in Connecticut, and the other one is called ABC Property Solutions, for example. The website called Weeba House in Connecticut provides more value than the other one. Why? Because your traffic doesn't have to click on anything before they know what it is that that company does. If my company is called Weeba House in Connecticut, it's kind of quite obvious, right, that we buy house in Connecticut. They know exactly, immediately, what it is that we offer. For the other website, ABC Property Solutions, that could be anything. It could be a landscaping company, a painting company, a property management company. It could be literally anything. So those people still would have to click on that link, go to the website, read the website, spend time on the website, figure things out on the website before they even know what it is that they offer. So an exact match domain name can potentially offer far more value in the beginning to your traffic. So Google will reward you for it because your traffic is going to like it. So that is an advantage of the EMD. The disadvantage is that you don't really look or sound like an actual company, right? Think about Mike Buys Houses. It doesn't look like a legitimate, real big, capable company. It looks like it sounds more like a mom and pop shop. There's nothing wrong with the mom and pop shop feeling. There's an audience for that. I personally choose not to do it that way because as a real estate investor, you really need to sound and come across as very credible, that you have a lot of money, that you can buy a house with the experience. Mike Buys Houses doesn't really look like premier home buyers, for example. That looks more like a business. And obviously, that also gives the feel that they buy houses, they have a ton of experience, they have a ton of cash. That's ultimately what you want. Try very hard not to mix ego into this equation, because do you really care about having your name on the website, or do you care about making money? So as long as the end goal is about profit and making money and getting leads and making deals, do what gets you there faster. So that is why I personally prefer not to use these mom and pop small shop names. But like I said, there's an audience for that. It's up to you. Now let's talk about branded domain names. The disadvantage of a branded domain name is that nobody knows you in the beginning. Nobody knows Northern Home Buyers. Nobody's going to look for it. When they finally see that website, they're still not going to say, oh yeah, it's a trusted name. No, they don't know you in the beginning. So in the beginning, it's going to be harder for you to rank and for you to make deals and for you to establish trust based on the name alone. So the trust will be established after they go to your website and see your review. So that's still a way around it. But when you're talking about just the domain names, yes, that's a disadvantage. The advantage of a brand domain name is that eventually, when you become bigger and you become known and you have reviews, people will associate your brand with trust. People are going to actually specifically be looking for your name when you want to sell their house. Word of mouth, reviews, you'll get an internet presence and you'll build your reputation up. Your reputation sticks with that. When anybody talks about iPhone, you know it's a quality product. You know you're going to be safe buying this. You know there's going to be customer support. You know you're going to be in good hands. That's because you build up that brand and the domain name. So that is the advantage of domain names. So for brand and domain names, so in the long run, you will benefit from it. Now, so those are the disadvantages and advantages of the brand domain name and an exact match domain name. So here are a few things you still have to worry about and think about when you get a domain name. So let's talk about location-based domain name, like Weber House in Connecticut. I regret getting that name. Why? Because now I'm very successful and I want to expand, I want to go to nationwide. I cannot go anywhere with Weber House in Connecticut other than Connecticut. So now I have to build a whole new website, call it a more generic, non-location based, and build it up again. So it's double the work. Other things you have to be mindful of: do not use confusing names. For example, let's say your business is called Cash for Houses, like cash, the number 4, and then houses. And there's another business that is called Cash for Houses, and the 4 is FOR. When you build your brand name and people are going to specifically be looking for you, and sometimes they may type in Cash for FOR Houses, trying to look for you, but they see your competitor, they think the competitor is you, they'll take all your credibility that you built up with such effort, and it's all transferred to your competitor because they think it's you and they get a deal. So try to avoid very easy to confuse domain names, okay? Second, don't use dashes, don't use numbers, don't use any weird characters, and keep your domain name as short as possible because that is just simple, easy to type, it's more memorable, and Google rewards simplicity. Not because Google rewards it, but Google rewards it because your traffic likes it. Google will reward anything that your traffic is going to like. That is the main and only key about SEO, about lead generation, about ranking and becoming successful. Okay, so never do anything for Google. We only do it for our traffic. Okay, so those are the main things when it comes to domain names. Another good point is this. Imagine you watch this video and you realize, God dang it, my domain name just sucks, monkey butt, right? So what do? Change it? No, be careful before you just go out and change things. The age of your domain name is extremely important. The older your domain name, the easier it is for you to rank. I have ranked people in 2 weeks, number one, and the biggest reason why is because their domain name was already a year old. That combined with the trust they have built with the community and whatnot, Google realized quite easily that these are very trusted, they provide value to their traffic. Google will rank them number one. So I ranked number one in about 2 weeks, so mainly because of the age of the domain name. So if your domain name sucks, but it is like 1 year old, I would say suck it up, just keep it. It's about making money. You have plenty of opportunity to remedy your bad domain name with the content of your website and what you do with SEO, your credibility and whatnot. So there's not an immediate game changer. If your domain name is 1 month, 2 months old and you're not really happy with it, yeah, absolutely change it before you do too much work to it, okay? You can always change it afterwards, but then you have to go into redirects and all that technical stuff that let's not deal with that if you do not have to. Okay, so those are the biggest things when it comes to domain names. I will keep on pumping out these lessons. Some of them will be used for my course, some of them will be free. This one is a free one, so enjoy it. If you have any questions, put them in the comments below. And I will answer everything there is to answer. I will answer all questions. Do me a favor, I really want to reach as many people as possible. That's why I'm doing this for free. So many people have really twisted idea about SEO, what SEO entails, and because all the gurus do it wrong, I promise you they do it wrong. So I'm trying to reach as many people as possible. I want to empower you, the investor, to do it yourself. You don't have to pay anybody if you don't want to. You can do it. I did it myself and I'm freaking successful. You can do it yourself as long as you have the right guidance. And believe me when I'm telling you, everybody out there is doing it wrong. It's not about backlinks, it's not about keywords, it's not about any of that stuff. The only thing what it's about is, are you legitimately making your traffic happy? If the answer is yes, you will rank number one, I promise you. And I just want to bring this message out to as many people as possible, so I do not have to fork over so much money for these companies with really questionable results, okay? So share this, like it, comment, help me get this out there to the public, and let's help each other become successful without trampling on each other, okay? So thanks for watching, and I will make a next video quite soon.